For decades, the Middle East has remained a region plagued by wars, ideological clashes, and foreign interference. Explaining. At the core of these tensions lies the Islamic Republic of Iran, often painted by Western powers as a hostile force. But from inside Iran, the story is different, one of resistance against what it sees as injustice. Ever since the Islamic Revolution in 1979, Iran has refused to recognize the State of Israel, which it views not as a legitimate country but as an occupying Zionist regime. To Iran, Israel's foundation in 1948 was not the birth of a homeland, but the violent displacement of Palestinians with the backing of Western imperialists. Asserting, Iran claims its opposition to Israel isn't rooted in hate, but in a duty to defend the oppressed. From Tehran's view, every act of resistance, from Hamas rockets to Hezbollah's speeches, falls under the umbrella of justice. They say the world watches in silence when Israel bombs homes in Gaza, when civilians are killed, when land is seized. Indignant. But when Iran provides support to those who resist, it's quickly labeled as a sponsor of terror. Iran believes these double standards are no coincidence. They are part of a global agenda to silence anyone who stands against Western allies. Iran also accuses Israel of carrying out or aiding cyber attacks, assassinations of nuclear scientists, and coordinated military strikes in Syria, Iraq, and beyond. The 2020 assassination of General Qasem Soleimani is remembered in Iran as more than an American act. It's seen as a joint operation, part of a Zionist American strategy to weaken Iran's influence in the region. Emphatically, from Tehran's eyes, these aren't random events. They're attacks meant to provoke, isolate, and eventually destabilize Iran. Assertive Iran believes that Israel's normalization deals with Arab countries under the Abraham Accords aren't about peace but about forming a regional alliance against Iran. They call it betrayal, Muslim nations choosing silence and diplomacy over resistance. Iran views itself as the only country standing firmly against Israeli expansion, refusing to be bought or intimidated. Inside Iran, murals of Palestinian martyrs and slogans of defiance paint the streets. For many Iranians, supporting Palestine is not just policy, it's identity. The Iranian media frequently shows the destruction in Gaza, the screams of children under rubble, and mothers crying over their dead sons. Iran argues that these aren't just isolated tragedies, they're evidence of a systemic war on a people. While Western media calls Iran dangerous, Iran insists it's only reacting to years of silent aggression. Its missiles, drones, and alliances with militias across the region aren't for conquest, they're a warning, resolute. A message that if attacked, Iran will respond, not to start a war, but to end one on its own terms. Iranian leaders believe Israel fears not their weapons, but their ideology, an ideology that cannot be colonized or controlled. The recent escalations in Syria, Lebanon, and Gaza are, according to Iran, not provocations, but signs of desperation by Israel to maintain dominance. Iran maintains that it does not seek war, but if war comes, it will defend itself with everything it has. From Tehran's point of view, history will not remember power. It will remember principles, righteous. And when the dust settles, Iran wants the world to know that it stood with the oppressed, not the oppressors. Whether the world calls it a threat or a protector, Iran says it will never kneel to injustice, not now, not ever.